Hey, we're back, and I got up to some shenanigans. Did some of my stuff disappear? Okay, I better pick the stuff up. Okay, turns out, I was using amiibos wrong, but we'll get there. So yeah, last time we took on Zoro's domain, we managed to quell Varuta, and yeah, we got it all under control. So yeah, we got the first of the divine beasts, you know, sorted out. Whoops. So yeah, that's just what we got done. Meanwhile, other stuff to do. Did I mark? I can get rid of that stamp, I just realized. Okay, because yeah, we did that. Okay, anyways. So yeah, so it's like figuring out the next course of action. I got some ideas, but I just don't know what I want to do. But yeah, turns out I was using the amiibos wrong. I wasn't putting them on the right spot and using them correctly. But, so what I did is I got a Wolf Link amiibo from the Twilight Princess HD remaster or the HD remaster on Wii U. And I also forgot, I did have a Twilight Princess, you know, Twilight Princess amiibo link. I got, and you can get random stuff, but I guess this time I got Epona. So, how do I register a horse? Just because, like, I want to keep this. Can I? Don't go anywhere. Welcome to Dueling Peaks Stable. However, thanks to the blessing of the Dueling Peaks, everything is... This wild horse... Even the wild horses are back. There's a lot of energy in this. Should have... Okay. Ask about wild horses. So, yeah. Do you not see any horses on your way here? Certainly not as many as the past years, but there are still quite a few around. Horses in the wild are, well, wild. No one has trained or cared for them. If you manage to catch one, let my brother rest now. He'll register a horse for you. Okay. So, nope, that's the same guy. Yeah, I don't know how this works, because I never registered a horse in my first playthrough. Didn't know so. Blood Moon. I've seen it. Are you sure? Are you just pretending to know what I was talking about? Sorry, I'm skipping ahead because I want to get some more stuff. I've got a limited time today. What? I didn't... Oh, wait, he's right. It's the same... It's a different guy. I thought it was the same guy. Deals all things horse related. I haven't seen your face before. Do you know about stable system? I don't. You can board your horse companions with us and then summon them as you please from our network of stables. You may have come across wild horses during your travels. If you catch one and ride it here... Okay, no... Yeah. Can do. Isn't this Epona, the horse of legend? What are you thinking? You can't rename a horse of legend. Pretty sure there's a law against that. So, Epona it is. Got it. Registration complete. Okay. You know what? She can hang out. If you get separated from the horse, you can whistle and it will come running. Okay, yeah, whistle. But your horse is magic. It can hear you if you're too far away, so keep that in mind. Alright, well. You know, we got my girl taken care of. Just like, yeah, getting, you know, getting my Twilight Princess horse sorted out. Hold on, I want to check something out real quick. So, I'm trying to figure out, like, what do I want to do next. But there's stuff I want to do, and we'll see what we can do. But anyways. So yeah, I got my, you know, my Twilight Princess horse, and Yeah, outside of this, Twilight Princess has been my favorite Zelda game for a long time. I know people like to complain. It's just sort of like, oh, it tries too hard to be dark, but it's like, well, some of what it does, kind of does work, at least for me. And there are some story elements that are confusing, and I'd say it's like, well, no, if you interpret it like this, it's just like, yeah, that's a lot of legwork to justify some clumsy plot beats in that game. But still, I think it's overall really cool. You get one of the best, one of the best travel companions in any Zelda game, Midna. Develops from, this snarky little gremlin to kind of like a, thoughtful, caring, being that just wants to help. Wolf Link, I think, is really cool. Yeah, you don't see much of Zelda, which... I suppose just like, well, who cares? But just like, no, she's kind of important, but you don't see much of her, so she doesn't contribute much to the overall story, but, but overall, I suppose, yeah, the focus is more on Midna instead. Some really cool dungeons, some really cool items, right, Rain? I'm just gonna shortcut. There we go. Gotta go all the way up here. Oh no, what else? Well, I was running around, so I was trying to find, some wood, because I was going to try to buy that house so I can offload the light scale trident, because I don't want to break it. I don't want to use it, because, yeah, basically, guardian weapons, but, they can be rebuilt, but it's but the point is, yeah, that just never felt right. It's you can rebuild them with some pretty good resources, but it's well, the whole point is, though, I don't want to rebuild it, I want to keep it, but, it's got to break, and it won't last long anyways. Okay, hold on. Okay. So yeah, we gotta go talk to Impa before they'll talk to us. And I suppose that means we can't do that then. Hold on, because then it was up here. Okay. Hold on. Because people have to, you have to get a work call on your frickin' day off. Okay, we'll continue this later. And I have returned from work, but I have to go back later because when everyone knows you're the one guy who doesn't watch sports when it's on Super Bowl Sunday, like it is as a recording, you're the one that gets saddled with everyone's stuff. So, that's just where that's at. Anyways, moving on. Okay, I'm trying to come up with a game plan, so not that I've had... Despite being gone for a couple of hours, not that I had good amount of time to, think of a strategy, but we got time here. So, here's my thought. I think, again, I'm delaying just for no reason. It's just sort of we got to go see Impa. Obviously, that's the big thing. But we are close to getting, we need one more shrine orb, spirit orb. So here's my thought. What cat? Sorry, cat's meowing at me. Oh, you're cold, Link. That's fair. Let's just put something on you for a little bit. I suppose that Zora... Well, the Zora armor should be pretty well insulated, but I suppose not. So where's the doublet? There we go. Nice and toasty-ish. Nice and passable. Hold on a second. Back again. Took care of another work-related call, but we're finally focusing. Okay, where were we? Okay. We got... That's a different stable. Okay. I was like, alright, we're gonna drop down here, because I marked a couple of spots. Maybe I should have looked around in case there was another shrine. I could have marked on the map right away. Oh well. We're already going. So we're gonna drop down on the shrine, but that will give us our fourth thing. If we climb the mountains there, we could also get the tower. I'm thinking. Zikaso. Zikaso is Zikaso. No, Mikaso is Zikaso. Anyways, moving on. So sorry, we're getting there. Strafing. This is going to be a pain to edit. Just alright, cut this, put multiple parts into the editing. into the timeline, just sort of like, okay, you know, they're all broken up into, but still. Okay, this is another motion control one. Can we just, okay, we can't just flip it. Oh, but they slide. Ooh, how about that? Okay, I got it. Hold on. Nope, that works out. Nice. Okay. Sorry. Oh, that's the prompt to run. I don't have any regular arrows, do I? Damn. Oh wait, I do have a boomerang! Did I just lose my boomerang? I just lost my boomerang. No, boomerang! It's like right there. Hold on. I didn't think it'd come back that fast for some reason. Okay, I'm gonna have to use up a good arrow. Because we're gonna catch a ride. Whoop! Oh, that was close. Nice. Silver scale spear. Nice. Okay. Another tilty. Oh boy, okay. Well, no. No, yeah, that, no, that, no. Oh, ah, shoot. I moved a little too fast. Gently, gentle. Gentle, like rocking a baby. There we go, nice and clean. Alright, there we go. Pretty good. It's pretty, you know, very little temple here. Staring right into his little blue, you know, blush face. Alright, sorry, we're going here. Sorry, I'm trying to remember, like, what I wanted to talk about. Because there's stuff I wanted to, well, you know, there's another reason we can head this direction, see if there's something popping up. Ding! May the goddess smile upon you. Because my plan was, because what I did is I gathered up some wood for, yeah, so we can get another health upgrade is where I'm going to focus on next, now that I got a bunch of stamina. And we need so many hearts in order to get a certain thing. And that would be good to get, you know, especially pretty early. But we shall see where it pans out. But, so, you know, my plan was I was going to try and... Alright, there's another stable. So what I was going to do was I was going to, like, you know, try and get that house. But I need, you know, 30 bundles of wood, which I did get. Because, over by... you know, in the Great Plateau, the forest under a dam is a great place to farm for wood because you got those thick trees that across the chasm that are a great source of wood. You can get like 2 to 3 bundles per thing. So, you know, dream of teleportation. Okay, that's also nearby. Sorry, skipping ahead. But that's another DLC thing. Teleportation rumors. And so, you know, it's like, okay, I got enough wood, but now I need rupees, and I need like 3,000, which, yeah, I don't have that much right now, and I don't really have stuff, I don't have stuff I want to sell to get it, and yeah, I could sell a ton of my good stuff, but I don't want to do that. I actually should have talked to Beetle, seen about maybe buying some arrow bundles off of him, but I think we're fine. There's a shrine down there. Right, there's also the fairy spring. I should go back there, too. There's a lot of stuff to do in this area, because, like, I was trying to figure out, it's like, okay, how am I gonna get rupees? I guess I'll go find Beetle in at a stable and just, like, you know, gauge how much I would get from him. And, like, not enough, and there's stuff I don't want to sell right now. So it's like, we'll find rupees another way. But, as he was talking, you know, I just talked to him, and I figured, oh, he's not gonna have anything important to say. But then he suddenly talks about, like, so he gave me a free, no, he gave me a free ancient arrow, which is you know, ideal for taking out guardians. But on top of that, he also said it's like, if you want to find more stuff like this, you got to go to, you know, Akkala and talk to a guy named Robbie. And I'm like, wait, Robbie's alive? Because, yeah, he was in Age of Calamity as, like, you know, Pura, I forget how her name is pronounced, the Kate Higgins girl. You know, but it's just like, yeah, Robbie's alive. You know, he was like, you know, the scientist. Yeah, how did you know, how did it get phrased in sorry, how did it get phrased in Age of Calamity? Robbie, eccentric genius, or no, genius eccentric, and then Pura was like eccentric genius. It's just like, yeah, there we go, perfect explanation for those two and their dynamic. But yeah, Robbie was just like very cool, very hyper, and yeah, he even became playable as part of the DLC. And then I'm just sort of like, man, but yeah, Age of Calamity, you know, that was 100 years ago. There's no way he's still alive. Completely forgetting, you know, that he was actually in this game. So that's kind of like a fun surprise for me. It's just like, we can find my boy. Ooh, there's another shrine over there. Okay, we're getting close to that one. So, yeah, but there's stuff we're gonna have to do, because I think he's over here, but we gotta do something over here, and this was the, you know, the blue fire mission I was thinking about when I was doing, when I was trying to do Pura's stuff. But, yeah. So I think we can do that, and that'll work out great. That'll work out just great. A little Foxy. So there's a lot of stuff in this top corner we can take care of. Sorry, that platform looks suspicious. I suppose I need arrows for this. I suppose we don't need... Not what we need to deal with right now, but... Switch to my armor just for the sake of, you know, defense. We're gonna be able to get to that. Ran a little too fast. Waha! Yeah, and now I need Korok seeds for more, you know, inventory upgrades. So keep an eye out for stuff. But for now... Another stable. Okay. Yeah, we should talk to Beetle. He should be here. And then there's another shrine over there in this pond that looks like a skull, literally called Skull Lake. East Akkala. East Akkala? Akkala? I'm also assuming there's going to be another rumor book. Treasure of the Falling Star, blah, 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 blah. I'm sure it's important, but moving on. That's not a DLC one. I knew I'd see you again. Technically makes me a stock, make you my stalker, whatever. What do you got? I got enough rupees. That's a, well, no, it's a bundle of 10, so I suppose that's worth it. Wow. Yeah. Smothering butterfly. Yeah, the thing is, I need, you know, money, but I don't want to... I haven't seen you around here. Boy, look. I'm Nobo. I've traveled... I like Akkala best of all. That's why I'm pretty familiar with stuff around here. Okay, I thought she had something to say with the exclamation point over her head. Out of my way. I'm the hero of, you know, like, time, twilight, you know, winds and trains and all that. Get out of my frickin' way. Oh, wait, that's right. The shrine is over here. What am I doing? Okay, so new shrine. I know we also gotta take a stop, and, you know, we'll look around here, gather some stuff up. Hold on. Sorry. Okay. So what do we got? Oh, right. Castolga Alg Apparatus. Okay, another tilty. I'm glad I can actually do these. You know, it's not like... 4. I'm just that good. Did it register? Oh, I guess it didn't. I guess I backed out too fast. Hole in one. Okay, I backed out too fast. I was too cocky about it. Okay, simple little challenge. Is there like a whole mini golf course? Shrine somewhere? Oh, hey. Me and my big mouth. I'm just like, that seemed... Bam! Ah. I suppose it's a little bit lifted, so you can't... Nope. Oh, yeah! What does that even do? Oh. No! I don't know why. I knew I was gonna miss it. I don't know why I tried to jump after it. Okay. Yeah, I'm not dreading finding shrines, because that's what happened when I played the Wii U version and I didn't have a working gamepad, where I would dread... Great Frostblade, I need... My inventory's full. Damn it. Get out of here. But there we go. Big Frostblade. That's cool. Getting the cool elemental weaponry. Yeah! Alright, saving that for another day, because I don't want to use my good stuff up. Unfortunately. But, yeah, sorry, like, I know I explained this, like, way earlier, but it's like, yeah, when I had my Wii U, and at the time, you know, the gamepad broke, and there was no way to replace it, or even really fix it, just because, like, those services weren't really offered in the US, and buying, you know, trying to replace the gamepad... Mainly what we had to do was, like, go on eBay and see which one was, you know, get one sold for, but that ranged from $100 to $150, so it wasn't super viable, but that's what we had to do, but we didn't, you know, that's really expensive, like, that's half the Wii U's price just for the frickin' main controller that dictates if you can go, you know, go into certain settings or play certain games, and it's so frustrating, and after, I was trying to find the interview. I couldn't find it, but it's like, I swear, there was a whole interview where it's just like, you know, someone behind the game was like, you know, it's like, there's going to be no gamepad functionality that's going to be central to Breath of the Wild, but there was, because you need it for those tilty puzzles, and it's just like, well, you know, so I'm still up a creek here, and that just really sucked. Okay, we gotta go up here for right now. And that just really sucked, because, like, okay, that means I can't do certain shrines. And, yeah, there's not a ton that require the tilt, but, you know, when you're trying to gather resources to, like, get stronger, and you go into a shrine, and it's just like, oh, you gotta tilt the, you know, the gamepad that you don't have and can't replace in order to get the upgrade material. It's like, I literally can't do this now, so I gotta leave, you know? It's just like that immediate, like, alright, I found a place to, you know, get stronger. I can't use it. Okay, guess I just gotta leave it. And that's just the frustrations that came with it, you know. Oh, no. Do I have a guardian? This is a broken one, so I don't want to... Well, I already used... Alright, fine. Could have just done that to begin with, but it's like, what if I miss? There we go. So anyways, sorry. So that's me rambling, so it's just sort of like, I can actually do these, you know, actually fun little challenges, well, now that I got a Pro controller, like, the proprietary, you know, Nintendo controllers work, you know, fine with everything. If you had a third, you know, a different one, like I got a nice Animal Crossing one, but that's not, doesn't have motion controls built in. Akkala Ancient Tech Lab. Okay, maybe I got the mountains wrong, but... Just a second. Head on in. It's... Okay. Just a little beepy. Robbie, you here, buddy? Looking around. Whoops. Oops. Oh, Korok. I saw the exam before I saw the sparkles, but fair. Breaking your pots. Robbie! Are you here, buddy? What is the What is... And it's... Talk. Oh. Robbie's memories, first page. Let me start at the beginning. It was 100 years ago. Calamity Ganon had already swallowed Princess Zelda. Dr. Pura and I had already taken Link to the Shrine of Resurrection and left him to recover. Dr. Pura and I departed for Kakariko Village, where we left Lady Impa. All three of us couldn't stay together, of course. We couldn't risk Calamity Ganon getting all of us in one strike. If that happened, there'd be no one left to deliver Princess Zelda's message to Link when he recovered and woke up. We'd had to ensure at least one of us would be able to talk to him. So Dr. Pura and I set out to survive as long as we could. We were lucky. We found large amounts of ancient energy in the Necluda and Akkala regions. We could continue our research, just as we had in Hyrule Castle. We could again see ourselves to finding some of... Wait, the steel camera decided to look... We decided who would go where in the only fair way. Rock, paper, scissors. I set out for Akkala soon after. I wonder... was that first pick or second pick? It was all set to go. I suppose this one is, you know, far away from any civilization. But first I decided to go with Dr. Pura to the ancient energy reserve source in Necluda. Actually, that implies I had any choice. Dr. Pura laid on a pretty heavy guilt trip when I suggested her going alone. In a world as dangerous as ours, are you seriously asking me to travel alone? She said so darned pushy. Anyway, Dr. Pura promised Lady Impa that they'd meet again someday. Then she and I set out from Kakariko Village, but not before loading a cart with the guidance stone Dr. Pura had been using at Hyrule Castle. We traveled for some time, south of the Pillars of Levia, across Lake Ciela, and through Blatchley Plain. Then we came upon Fort Hateno. Link had battled an army of guardians there, and it was where he'd been defeated. A master swordsman such as Link, who'd impressed King Rome enough to be made Princess Zelda's personal knight. Well, even someone like that has their limits. I'm sorry, Link. I spent so much life researching the Guardians. Even with all my knowledge, I wasn't able to give you... Sorry, I heard something. That might have been in-game. Those were my thoughts as I looked upon the broken husk of the Guardians strewn across Fort Hateno. Lost in my thoughts, I didn't notice that Dr. Pira had slipped away. I knew Ateno village wasn't much further along the road, and that the calamity had barely touched that area, so I felt safe letting her continue on her own. We parted ways without even saying goodbye, I suppose. Stirring myself back into action, I set on my own journey back towards Kakariko village. With Dr. Pira escorted safely to Ateno village, it was time for me to head to my new home in Akkala. I returned to Kakariko village to collect the remaining guidance stone, then I immediately set out for Akkala. I made my way through the Lanayru wetlands and headed towards Terino Trial. I knew that once I crossed the Akkala span, I would officially be in Akkala. The autumn leaves brought some joy to my spirit as I crossed Shadow Pass, then headed north of the Ordorak quarry. Akkala is known for its long stretches of nothing. I'd set out hoping that would still be the case. I was attacked by a guardian here, and there I went. But remember, I'd spent my life studying them. Dispatching them individually was no challenge at all. In time, I reached the lighthouse in Akkala, which was the perfect place to keep an eye on the monsters out there. I unloaded my guidance stone and sailed for my new home. And so began my life of solitary research. I knew I had to continue to research the ancient soldier gear for Link. He could wake at any time. I quickly settled on a routine. First, I would carry the blue flame from Timmara Heights. Next, I would melt the ancient materials, refine the results, and then shape it into an ancient soldier gear. It's difficult to say how much progress I made on my research. The routine demanded so much focus day after day. But then I had a clever thought. I realized I could automate the entire refinement process. It took some significant work, but I was able to successfully remodel the guidance stone. Thanks to my efforts, I can refine any ancient material inserted into it and offer something in return. I named the machine Cherry, after the first girl I ever loved. Okay, my research didn't end with the creation of Cherry, not at all. I realized that if she was able to refine the ancient materials, there was no reason she couldn't also manufacture ancient soldier gear. 2. Anyone can make ancient equipment. I was also decided that's when I wanted to be able to give her a voice so she could speak. I was filled with ambition then, but it was no easy task to make my dreams a reality. Automating the manufacturing process was extremely difficult. It took me decades to figure it out. I'll spare you the details of all the things that went wrong, but I will say it was complex enough that I had to put my desires to remodel Cherry on the back burner for a while. Days and months came and went. Before I even realized it, I had reached the ripe age of 90. I would have been lost in my work even then, but around that time, a young woman named Jaren arrived. She'd first trained with Dr. Pira, then Lady Impa had sent her to aid me. She quickly proved herself quite capable. She carried the blue flame from Timmara Heights and even reworked and improved my designs for Cherry. The very fact that she had trekked all the way from Kakariko Village alone proved she was no ordinary girl. Her intellect, her spirit, in hindsight, is it any surprise that we eventually ended up married? Aw. Thanks to Jaren's redesign, Cherry was soon crafting ancient soldier gear perfectly and speaking beautifully. She spoke better than any machine I'd ever heard. It would have been hard to tell she wasn't a native Hylian. If I said good morning, she'd respond with a sweet good morning, Robbie. And she was very helpful. Cherry, where did I leave my book? It's the third book from the right on the second shelf, Robbie. She also knew to ask if I needed something. Robbie, could you increase the furnace heat a little? I'd always go personally to fetch more blue flame from Timmara Heights. I didn't realize our interactions hurt someone. That someone was Jaren. Perhaps it was due to her namesake, but my exchanges with Cherry hurt Jaren. Aw, that jealousy. Despite the fact that she knew Cherry was only a machine, she still felt uneasy with my interactions with her. She was in tears when she told me. She knew it made little sense, and yet she couldn't help how she felt. I was devastated. I hadn't even realized the pain I was causing. Although Jaren had designed Cherry, she was now being hurt by her own creation. We agreed to restore Cherry to her original mechanical way of speaking. I took it upon myself to make the changes. At least, From then on, I was careful not to refer to her as Cherry. Doing so would anger my wife. Instead, I called her Ancient Oven. It's like, that's what I called Cherry back in the day. Sometime later, Jaren gave birth to a baby boy, a beautiful young one who bore all the features of his mother. We decided to name him Grante, and together we passed the time as a happy family in Akkala Ancient Tech Lab. It was unfortunately only a temporary peace. Princess Zelda did her best to contain Calamity Ganon. Around the time Grante turned 3, a letter from Dr. Pura arrived. It was a shock to receive it. The last time she'd written it was to talk about an assistant from Kakariko Village, whom she felt was useless. She was writing now to let me know that she completed research on powering up the runes, like the stasis. Hearing this reinvigorated my interest in researching ancient soldier gear. Grante grew fast. Sorry, snow falling off my roof. And it wasn't long before he towered over me. He loved to carry blue flame from Timmara Heights, calling it a chance to train his body. I could see the curiosity in his eyes, and so I encouraged him to travel the world and see as much as he could. He'd always been independent, but I was still surprised when, that very day, I told him to travel, he left. Writing about Grante's training reminds me. A few days before he left, I thought it might be a good idea to have Grante study with Dr. Pira. I wrote to her, asked her what she thought of such an idea, and she sent a letter that simply said, "Don't send anyone here." I wonder what happened to her to make her say such things. Oh. Sorry, okay, that was the last page. Okay, so you must be Cherry. You're the home wrecker. Unintentionally. You know, just sort of like, you know, being overly familiar with a device named after your former lover, and then, you know, being married. That can't be, you know... Oh, nothing here. That can't be easy on a girl. But... yeah, but no Robbie. I wonder where he's at. What the... okay, I thought that Guardian was just floating there. Oh. So yeah, so Pyrrha, yeah, at the other lab, but she looks mighty small for someone who was apparently around 100 years ago. Ooh. Okay, right, I was looking at the right thing. Yeah, we got the maze over here. There's stuff to do there. So yeah, we gotta activate the oven, but... okay, so the Timmara Heights is that way. Out of morbid curiosity. Oop. Nope, I pressed the wrong button. Yeah, there's where the fire is. Moblins the place. Man. Okay. Whoops. I forgot about the frickin' rain. I don't know how I could do such a thing. Okay. If I figured, like, either this makes it or I fall. Okay, there's the blue flame. So at least if we can light some torches, I think that's going to... well, I don't know. I don't see Robbie. Maybe we can't engage in those things until we do certain things, but you know what? Why not? Oh, it's raining. So the blue flame goes out. Frickin' rain. Ruining everything. Okay, fine. Change course. Let's look around at some other stuff, then. Too bad we can't fast travel to the Bloodleaf Lake, Akkala Woods, up and around. We'll come back to that. Well, I suppose... oh, there's another shrine up there, it looks like. Or, no. That's... how are you guys staying alight when it's raining like this? Yeah, that's a shrine. Now it stopped raining. I'm already this way, going towards the Skull Lake. Lionel. I'd rather you ignore me. Later. Please don't follow. Sorry, clumsy. I wanted to see if Robbie was around, but I suppose... I know, I gotta talk to Impa. And then that's when, and brings up like, well, Pyrrha figured out how to upgrade the Sheikah abilities, and I did look into that. It's like, oh yeah, there is a way to upgrade, some of the Slate abilities, so that's good. Those look both ruined, right? Oh, jeez. And I might even have the materials to get all the upgrades. Nope, got enough. Go away. Don't shoot me. Okay, at least it's not raining. Just climbing carefully. There we go. Zunakai. So at least got to this one. All right. Oh, okay. That was fast. I mean, it works for me. Flame Blade. We do have enough space for it. Feels like a setup. Pfft. I suppose just getting here is kind of a pain in itself. Sometimes you get thrown a bone. Okay, if I get 2 more shrines, it'd be great if I get, 2 upgrades in one shot. But we'll see. There are shrines I can find, There's one right by Robbie's, which we could do. So we'll see. Because, where is... Nope, wrong button. Yeah, so... The teleportation rune should also be here, too. There's a little island there. There's also a rune there, or, Okay, I suppose we got that as a teleportation point. There's a shrine there, but it looks high up, so we will... We'll just teleport back to that shrine and we'll head to the labyrinth. We'll try that. We'll see if I can figure that out, because I don't think I ever did. Kodosa Og. Okay. So back up there towards Robbie's, but there's also... There's the blue flame, but I don't know. The lanterns go out if I suppose I don't remember going by Pyrrha's. Yeah, and maybe Robbie doesn't appear until you talk to everyone else. I don't know. Or maybe it comes out during the day? I have no idea. I just want to see my boy again, and then, do this challenge. Because I remember, yeah, traveling with that blue flame was a pain. But, Still got the amiibo thing attached. Music sounds so sinister as we're approaching Robbie's house. Like we're gonna find everybody splattered. It's raining again. Great. Robbie! Okay, I suppose. Sorry, we're going. Uh-oh. It's probably my armor. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Sorry, I'm getting zapped. Fine, doublet. And normal pants. Why am I still shocking? What am I holding?
It is my pleasure.
Thanks, Mifa. I appreciate you. Why was I shocking? Oh, it was the bow, wasn't it? Yeah, it was the bow. Shoot. Yeah, the point you become a lightning rod, depending on what clothes you wear. Oh, shoot. No, 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 no. Okay. Or not the clothes, at least, but, you know, the, you know, what your equipment. Yeah, obviously as you approach the labyrinth, just like, oh, that looks pretty simple. Then the closer you get, the bigger it is, and you do not have the, you know, the elevation to get on top of it, so you just are Lame Labyrinth Island. Let's try and figure this out. You have reached this point. Proceed onward through the maze, and you will receive a reward. Okay. Trial of the Labyrinth. And then there's also guardians everywhere, apparently. You didn't see me. Can we... If it wasn't raining, maybe I could climb out of it. Climb to the top. I saw the legs. Oh, hey. Don't hit an electric thing with an electric weapon in the middle of the rain. Yeah, if it wasn't raining, I might have enough stamina to be able to climb. You know, a good... You know, with no real point of reference. Yeah, back to the center where that guardian was. My eyes just bulged wide, just like, oh no. Okay, the rain stopped. Let's try and find a good point. Or is it still raining? Or I suppose that's just the water. Yeah, this place is so slippery. Or is it just like... Okay. Ancient shaft. Alright. You know, a good resource. And I think we need those for one of the slate upgrades once we finally get there. I really gotta just talk to Impa. Sorry, again, part of me is just sort of like, I like doing things in weird orders in a game like this. So it's just sort of like, well, if we don't see Impa for a long time and, you know, do a bunch of main quests, so we just show up to her, it's just sort of like, hey, I remembered all of my friends except for Zelda first. I just think that would lead to a funny reaction, but not that I want to get that far, because the sooner we talk to Impa, the sooner we can talk to Pyrrha and Robbie, I guess. I'm assuming. And the sooner we can get special abilities, that will really help. Okay, we might actually be able to climb to the top of this. We'll have to deal with the flyers, but we can manage. Let's take it nice and slow. You know, I don't think this is going to be a cheat. I think this is just going to be like a different perspective so we can see what we're looking at. You know, just straight climbing, almost 2 stamina wheels with also like a climber, a piece of climber gear. That's the thing, I don't think this trivialized anything, it's just like now we're, you know, got a different perspective at this whole puzzle. So there's an opening there that leads into there. Yeah, there's the shrine, but, you know, we're blocked. We gotta find another way in. Or... the wind is carrying me? Okay. Yeah, you saw me, whatever. Fire chew. You know, there's a way in or something we gotta find. It's gotta be near an edge. Those look like openings. Because, yeah, we gotta get to the center. Although I'm not sure it's like... I never figured this out on my first time playing. So it's like, do we have to, you know, find levers in here as well, or what? How do we actually solve this? And I could look it up, but it's like, maybe we'll give it a, you know, an honest shot and see if we can't figure it out. Yeah, maybe we need a little arm's length. You know, all these enemies, I feel like this should be like a sign that we're close to something. Maybe. Knight's bow. Okay, that's good. Because there's two things we can find here. There's like, that's the thing, there's two things. There's the, you know, the shrine, and then also I looked into it, this is where we find one of the DLC things. We find the teleportation device so we can make our own fast travel point. So, you know, we've got to explore. Nope, down. That's a dead end. You know, also trying to look up in case, like, is there an opening or something I'm missing? It's like, that was cool to dodge, but it's like I dodged technically late, but it's still, or, you know, I still avoided it. Okay, what can I get rid of? I suppose the Zora Spear is the weakest weapon I got right now. We're gonna figure this out. This episode's not ending until we do it. I got a couple of hours before I gotta go back to work, so we're gonna figure this out. Nope. I suppose we'll keep a Zora Spear. Nope. Yeah, not even close. Uh-oh. Climb back up again, slowly. Sorry, had to drop down and just take a look. Was really banking on that being enough. I suppose something I should try. So this is the center thing. This is where we have to be. It's just how do we get into this central column here? There was what I thought was an opening around here, maybe. No, that's... There we go. This must be it. Nope. Okay. I'm just curious, 'cause I never really thought about it, but can't we... No. We don't have fire arrows. Shoot. I was just thinking, it's like, can't we set fire to thorns? Guess not. Okay. Oh, could we... Nope. Damn. I was thinking, it's like they're on fire now. Can we light our torch and then... Yeah, can we burn thorns? Oh, sweet. Okay, well, we find the shrine. To Kalo. Alright, so we got in there, you know. Subverting it a little bit, in order to get into the top of it. Alright, you know, just going up top and finding, like, the opening, but I suppose there's, like, hidden stuff there. And, you know, the labyrinth is the challenge. Barbarian helm. Okay. Ooh, that's cool. It looks weird with the Zora armor, but, you know, damage increase, attack up, that's pretty good. Yeah, I never figured that out before. I even tried climbing up it, and I just could not figure out. It's like, where's the entrance? Where could we possibly go? And you just see, like, that slight, you know, opening where the light comes in. If we could find one more... well, if we can get one more shrine. Because then we can go Temple of Time. Well, yeah, Temple of Time, get 2 hearts, which would be a big boost. But then also, if we can find the other thing... Oh, this might be it, actually. Diamond circlet. Okay. A luxurious headpiece sold by Gerudo Jewel Shops. Cool. Well, speaking of which, oh no. It's just like, wow, what great timing to get a thing to increase our resistance to guardians. Oh dear. Oh, there's loads of them. But that chest there, EX, that's a DLC thing. Okay, we got it. Okay, we gotta whittle them down. Not dead. That was resisting. That was my resistance. All those spare hearts and everything gone from one laser. Damn. The thing is, if I could do that consistently... I didn't think that killed him. Damn it. I'm sure we're right next to the shrine. Well, if I don't... That's the thing, it's like doing the shield block consistently. But you know, because if you miss time, you just could take the full blast. Oh no. God. There we go. Shoot. Fine, rusty shield. If I can just nail it one more time. There we go. I don't think any more of these guys will get up. We still lost some good shields, but, you know, we took them on. I didn't even have the resist up equipped. But, you know, we got a couple of parts. We got a couple of more parts now. You know, good Guardian parts. Okay, we still have the circlet, right? Yeah. But then this thing is what we're here for, what we really need. Travel Medallion. This mysterious tool was made using forgotten ancient technology. Place it by opening your pouch and registering your current location as a travel gate. There we go. Teleportation rumors. That's one of the DLC add-ons, just for the sake of convenience. A lot of quality of life improvements just put in. Okay, where... If I could find one more shrine, that'd be great. Where's just like another shrine I can just find very quickly? There's one there, you know, assuming that will be a quick find. Well, there's also one here. That one might be faster if we jump from the plateau. I just want to quickly find another... If we go from the field, let's just try. I just want to get another shrine real quick, you know, so we can go to Temple of Time, get two, you know, upgrades back to back, and then also, you know, set the travel gate. It just... You know, maybe I'll find a better spot for the teleportation rune, but for the sake of convenience, you know, just popping in to grab that one thing. Okay, let's see. I think that was it. Nope, that's a different thing. But no. No, that's the one. Right, forgot about. Go away. If we climb up the mountain, just have more of an elevation. Try to just think of the efficiency, you know, as best as I can. Go away, you're in my flight path. Sorry, I'm trying to think of what else to say. So, like, I'm trying to keep this compact, because it's just like, how many pauses I've put into this? Like, you know, it's like, yeah. So it's like, how long is this actually going to be? But, you know, we might as well make it, you know, complete it. Bad. I'm going to need to get a new torch. This seems conspicuous. So there like a rock nearby to like finish the triangle? As a matter of fact. There we go. Sorry, just the you see like things that are like oddly placed, but there we go. Yeah, thanks for finding me. Oh no! They're everywhere. Korok, you're not distracting them. What are you doing? Are those caravans? I know I'm probably at the point where I can find like a bunch of other DLC items, you know, actually like track those out. Okay, it's also near another stable. And then I see a pinwheel, so we might as well go towards it. On a stump, so maybe it's like a balloon or yeah, target challenge. No? I guess he doesn't want to come out to play. So fine. Big hearty radish. Sorry, this is not a good game when it's like long stretches of silence. It's just sort of like, and I'm just like, Roto, ooh. And just like, I should find stuff to talk about, but it's just sort of like, I'm just going there. It's like, you know, what do I mention? You know, this would be a great game to have, like, with another person, obviously, just to have, like, that back and forth. But, you know, it's hard enough to convince, you know, get a friend. Well, I haven't done it in years, but, you know, it's hard enough to arrange with friends to, you know, record for a game that's like less than 10 hours long, let alone something that's, you know, possibly 100 if not more. So, okay. Okay. So I need you. Aha, okay. So, I got that out of the way. Okay, chest over here. Small key. They can unlock doors inside shrines. Okay, cute. So I gotta... Okay. I don't know why I pressed the wrong button to throw it. Oh, that's my arrow. It's like, what's that shiny thing in the water? My arrow. Nope. Okay. Taking stock. Because that opens that up. But I'm guessing I need to toss that in there. Oh, so it opens it up so I can get popped out. Okay. But I'm going to have to hit this again. Whoops. I need a little more elevation. Okay. Nope. No. Because I'm going to have to hit that again, because... Yeah, it's just gonna launch me into the ceiling. Yeah, it just crumbles. Oh, nope. There we... Whoop! Okay. Feathered Edge. Rito. Okay, what can I replace? My torch is almost broken, and I know where I can get other ones. Fine, Zora Spear. Oh, I got it. Okay, I got it. Woo! Fire, aim, launch, land. There we go. Makes a little stairwell. We're good. Smart boy! Alrighty. Oh, sorry, skip ahead. Wolf Link. Yeah, I summoned him and then I immediately abandoned him. He doesn't follow you in fast travel, I guess. Can I keep summoning him? Alright. Hold on. Okay, I can keep summoning him. I'm guessing I can keep summoning until he dies. I'm trying to remember how it works. And then... I'll put that away. Okay. Looking around. Okay, right. Well, where's that stable? That was right next by. I wonder.
Mifa's grace is ready.
Oh, thank you, Mifa. I appreciate you. Love ya. Didn't say that to you to your face in life living. Long ago, traveling put me pure white horse, whatever. Beetle. I don't really have that much money. I just wanted to find the rumor mill. Not that I'm reading it. Just like if something pops up. Okay. Oh, doggo. Okay, now let us go to, where is it? We are not actually that far from, yeah, go to the Plateau Tower. Oh! You know, there was also the Great Fairy Shrine, over by Akkala, and I just didn't go there. You know, going a little aimlessly, we're just finding stuff and we're getting stronger. That's, like, the next goal, obviously. But I really should, like, put my curiosity away and go talk to Impa. It's just like, yeah, well, and I could just look up, it's like, what happens if you see Impa after you complete, you know, even after you finish the game? I wonder if that's acknowledged, or something, or, I can't remember. If you beat Ganon, do you just go back to before... Or, you know, does the game go back to, like, before you did it? Or is, like, the you know, castle still crawling with shadows? And can you refight Ganon? I'm not sure. But, yeah, it's just like, what... You know, what happens if you speak to Impa when you do, like, a lot of crazy stuff? Just like, oh my, you didn't need my help at all. But the thing is, I want the Sheikah upgrades. I want to improve my stuff, and I think I have the materials to do that right away. But I can't really talk to Pyrrha until I talk to Impa, and Robbie I can't really talk to either until, yeah. So my want for stuff is more important than my want for Goofy. So yeah, Spirit Orbs, Force Spirit, Heart Container. Yeah, we'll finally focus on building up our actual heart total. Because if we transfer over, you know, well, we get 5 hearts worth of, well, you know, stuff. If we transferred all our stamina upgrades over to health containers. Heart container. All right. And if I can... Okay. There we go. Travel 5 feet away. A couple of steps. Yeah, okay. So you can just place that anywhere. There's no pomp or anything. You just, like, you set a, you know, you set a single, you know, fast travel point that you can move wherever. So, you know, if there's some place you really want to be at or something... Yeah, if there's somewhere you want to go, but, you know, just putting it... I know it doesn't take long to, like, fly from the tower over to here, but if I just place the teleportation right at the Temple of Time where I need it, you know, I suppose you could, like, put that in your house in a Tenno if you buy it, so it's like, you know, but, you know, just having that versatility to just, like, put that anywhere and then just go. So, like, that's really nice, is the thing. Okay. I suppose this is a good wrap-up point here, so we're going to stop for now. Next time we continue, you know, we'll probably talk to Impa finally, and we'll get things going. You know, I want to explore some more too, but because, yeah, we can, because I also want to, like, get more towers. So we could go get, you know, finish up the tower, well, maybe not finish up, but, like, get more towers up along these areas. You know, there's the one in Mount Doom here. I should put a... proper stamp there. Is there any other things marked? I think that's it. So yeah, there's plenty of places to go. It's just like going there and doing stuff. Tingle Island? I did not even realize. Ankle Island, Knuckle Island, Davdi Island. Yeah, and I know there's places to go. I don't even know what the spiral is. At least I don't remember. But anyway, we'll figure it out. So for now, until next time, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe and all that. This is Timmara, signing off.